Hey Clark, I just want to come and chat today. Got a lot that I want to share that I have received. Um, Pardon me, I take my little mint out of my mouth. I enjoy mints, but I had a very intriguing day yesterday. I was very emotional yesterday. It was very, very intriguing, I must say. But it started off good. That's the intriguing part. We had guests to start off the day. I wasn't expecting to have guests, but it was kind of irrelevant, but it still played a big part as to how my day started. And then I realized my menstrual started, which I was happy by that aspect, like yay. But then I decided to spend most of my day soaking in a tub, so that's what I did. Actually, I didn't plan on soaking all day, but that's literally what I did. I just planned on getting there for a while, relaxing. And I had my Christmas music playing. I just felt really good, starting from me realizing my menstrual started. Just because I've been really excited by that, which I'm gonna get into that topic more, as into why. I guess I could talk about it now. I've been excited by that aspect because I know that my eternal side is with me. I enjoy that aspect. But I decided to soak in the tub, as I was saying. And I was feeling good listening to my Christmas music, The vibes were on yes mode. And then just a switch of energy happened, like a switch of energy happened where I just got really freaking sad. Like where I just wanted to start crying, and I just felt the energy to scream. Like I just wanted to scream so loud, but it's like it wouldn't come out. Like the sound wouldn't come out. But I think it was myself stopping me, because it's like me screaming and then the people coming in to check on me who's causing me the pain will just irritate me more. That's probably why I wanted to scream from the jump. So, I understand people like, just scream, or I just want to scream. I feel like I just want to scream. It's a very intriguing feeling. But then there's the intriguing aspect that has into, this going with what I just talked about when it comes to my menstrual. As into, I begin to connect with my next child. Like, I have realized why I am going through a baby craving situation, baby fever. It's an element aspect for me how I will be able to receive with my children. And my next one apparently will be a water base, a water element. And just was guiding me. It was so intriguing how we were having a conversation. But what led me to that was, it was while I was listening to Christian music. I started scrolling. You know how you listen to music, but you're on YouTube and you get to scrolling down and they got other suggestions for you. It was an image of a woman like in a bubble with her child. It was like a protection shield or something like that, a prayer. But I really felt like that was my child and we were communicating in that form. And it was really freaking gorgeous. It was really gorgeous. As into just my child realizing something's wrong with me, and then me actually having to tell my child yes, and what's actually going on. Because myself personally, I have a hard time in that aspect. Most time people don't ever know when something's wrong with me. That's the intriguing part. And then if you do have a child and they do see something wrong with you, most of the time the adult don't actually say what's wrong with them, or whoever the person is, they don't ever say what's wrong with them. They just say nothing, or nothing you need to deal with. They just always brush it off other than expressing what it really is. And the fact that I actually expressed what it was it was intriguing. It made me actually start crying, but it was good as to how I stopped, because what did I say? I guess I could share it. My child asked me, realized something's wrong with me. So I was like, "What's wrong with you, mommy?" She was like, "What's wrong with you, mommy?" And she's a very jolly one, jolly one. And I'm just like, I wanted to say nothing, but then I stopped myself. So she said, "Are you okay, mommy?" That was she said. I think I did just say that. She asked me if I was okay, And I'm just like, no, I'm not okay. And then, I believe she asked why or something like that. I can't really remember. Um, but I just keep losing things. Like I somehow I just keep losing things. Like, and it's making like my life seem like a waste. But my child reminded me, like, you have me, and it was just so nice. So I just go back and apologize for saying that to my child, like that my life is a waste, because like I have you and I love you a whole bunch. Um, so it wasn't a waste. So it was just nice. But I don't think I said the word waste, but it's based off losing things. But she just reminded me, you have me. It snapped me out of the emotion. I still even look a little sad. Look at my eyes look so intriguing. I'm still a little drained. I just wanted to chat, honestly. It's still on my mind. But I feel a little better. I'm actually moving. Yesterday I was frozen. I was stuck. Stuck. Like I was still functioning, but stuck, if that makes sense. Um, but I think that's it about that topic. It's just we had a conversation back before. It was just nice how my child just snapped me back into reality, and the conversation was beautiful, honestly. Um, and also I just love that she realized something was wrong with me. It's a very intriguing feeling how that get missed so much. But I'll move that to the side because I'm sure it's more to it. It's still a sensitive topic to me at the moment because it's still new. But it was just nice that I was able to connect with my future child. um, it's intriguing because it's a comeback. It'd be a reincarnation aspect. That's the intriguing part. It's already an energy that was supposed to come. That's going to come back again. Um, but after that aspect, I don't know. I can't think in order at the moment, so I'm just gonna give what comes to my mind. I have to keep feeling the energy of. It wasn't even a feeling. It was a feeling. Then it came to a download as to what it was. Pardon me, boy, I got the little burpees and stuff. Needles were in my back. It felt like it was a bunch of like glass in my back. Like that's the only way I can explain it. Like, ouch. Like, then it just would go away. But then I started receiving a download as into a falling out of the window, or I could literally fall through the goddamn ceiling. You know, because there is a situation at my home right now where the ceiling has a chance of like literally falling all the way in. And the energy was telling me, because since I didn't want to get out of the tub, I just kept laying there. It led me to go and look at a picture of myself that I took a while ago. Because all of my energy that I speak of that's happening, I already done it. It's like it's a repeating of energy. I look so freaking drained. It's so intriguing. But it's so no good. I'm just looking at myself. It's just like, oh my god, it's still no good. But I'm just looking at myself. Look, but and I was in the window and I was looking out at the traffic because that's how I normally operate. I normally can receive in that type of form. I don't have to move too much to receive information. And it just came in that extreme form of a way as into somebody falling and glass being in their back. If that makes sense. I picked that up and it was just so freaking weird. Um, then on top of that, I got some more little same-sex energy going on with my other side of towners who I actually stay with too. Um, where do I even start with this dog on topic? Somehow, again, as I have been saying for the longest, my ex is sexually active with my son. But now we have a new party that's involved, and his name is Leafs Bennett. He stays up north at my ex's mom's house. Um, but somehow they just be having a lot of sexual activity there. Um, how the hell do I even explain that? I don't even know where to start on it, honestly. Because it's like I talked about it, I keep talking about it, and it just somehow I keep getting missed. But to an extent, it's like I'm past that situation. I just know that this energy happens so much and nobody recognizes it. Even how I was able to sit there and go and connect with my future child. I appreciated, her realizing something was wrong. People don't realize when things is wrong, you know, somehow. But I'm just happy that I have recognized how to recognize it, if it makes sense. It's just like, it's just weird to me because he's a minor, he's a child, and I believe it's a manipulation situation. That's the part that irritates me. Um, and I just kept getting the energy as to my son is pregnant, and that's the intriguing part. Cause like it's a guy, guys don't get pregnant. I have spoke on this a while ago before I even realized the sexual, not sexual, what can you say, sexual energy that I begin to pick up when it comes to guys, when it comes to same sex aspect. I was saying, God, there's gonna be a guy to get pregnant just to prove everything that I just been saying. As to, you need a way to be able, a way to identify that it's happening. A lot of trauma happens, but nobody recognizes it. So if a guy goddamn just pop up pregnant, how you gonna hide that? Because people keep the energy, even with me receiving this information and sharing it, and it comes off as proof to me, but apparently they need to see it in action or something. I don't freaking know, but it's just like we got all this surveillance and stuff. We have all seen. Like, how is it not available to be seen? It's just weird to me. I'm just saying, but that's the energy people always say. You don't have no evidence and all that. But I was receiving an energy as to my son is pregnant. So I thought that was weird as to, is that like an actual what I have spoken? Like he could bloom something in his stomach, or is it on the spiritual side? Because a lot of times when I speak on it, definitely when I talk to my ex about it, it comes off into he's not sexually active. Yo, I know my child. My child is a fire energy. On top of that, I deal with spiritual work. I'm gonna know what time it is each time, okay? Because you all fireballs. So I'm going to know what time it is each time because they all reflect. It's a I bit that apple energy. You will display what you have done, and you can't hide it. As much as you try, it's gonna look even worse because it's gonna be super obvious that you're hiding. So it's just really weird when they tell me I don't have evidence, when it's like, you are the definition of biting the apple. You cannot hide what you have done. But that energy is back at hand, in my close vicinity of an understanding. And my son is kind of intriguing because he brought it to my attention because I received this yesterday. I already done this work. It's on my story blends page as to this was going to be happening, with these people, with Donald Jackson and Lise Bennett. I've done this work already. This was last year's work that I have done as to them. being sexually active with children because I've received it already. It's just people just it happens so freaking much. People in this energy is just I want to say greedy, but it's like, oh, they didn't catch it the first time, so I'm gonna do it again and do it again and do it again because I'm just not getting caught, so it's gonna keep freaking doing it. So the energy is back, but it has gotten, I guess, more extreme. All because people didn't handle it from the jump, so who knows? Or maybe I come to the extent also, maybe it's meant to be that way because they do this foolery on the other side of freaking town, But when I go back and I think about even when I used to live, when I say up north on Kenmore at Miss Kimberly Jackson's house, did this foolery happens at her house. And she's supposed to be a really, intuitive one also. And it's like, do you know this is happening? There's no way you don't know this is happening. Are you just comfortable with it? I don't know. But when I used to stay there, I went through the biggest depression of my life when I stayed there. And I never understood why. Like, it's an energy in her house that is really upset with them. And as much as I speak on it and say it, of course, when people are sneaky, they're going to tell you crazy all the damn time. But it makes sense now. It's a lot of foolery that happens there. And it's just interesting because I'm still on this energy. Even when I watch myself, when I get more extreme now, to an extent, it helps me understand adults when they have kids and they begin to realize they're sexually active. Like their behavior change, they get a little bit more spicy. Mine's got a little spicy. He talks back now. He always talks back, but it's in a different form of a way. It's in a different form of a way. It's more of a disrespectful form, honestly. And I have to catch myself because the other side of me will let him know, yo, you see, I want to say cuss words and everything, but I want to say cuss words and I hate to laugh because it's not really a funny situation, but it's just self-control and realizing what it is and seeing the bigger picture in the whole aspect, because the whole situation just get manipulated by material things, that's how they operate on the other side, not to don't tell, I get you this and this and this and this, just suckers. But hey, some people like suckers, so it works out, that's why I'm not really stressing too much on it. It's just drainful to be back in that energy, if that makes sense. To be back in that energy, but it must be a really important energy at the moment that is back. As I said, it happens all the freaking time, It's just more intriguing when you're living your work, if that makes sense. You're living a big problem, it become more of an intriguing situation. On top of these people are people that I have dealt with. That's the other intriguing part. All these people that sexually active with my son, I have dealt with them myself. It's just like, what type of people you bring around your kids? That's a great question, honestly. But apparently ones that I know will screw me over, but I'll be able to bring it right back to them as until you fucked up, right? They all fire energy. Sneaky, I bit that apple energies. I said, you fucked up, right? Seriously though. So I don't look at it in a bad way, but even with me saying that, I was watching one of my other translators, because people say other people have your breadcrumbs, or you gotta go to somebody else to receive certain aspects that you need. That's what I did. I kind of forgot I was about to say that fast. How intriguing. What did I go to them for? I don't remember what the hell I was about to say. My mind kind of went blank a little bit. My eyes, I really do not like the way my eyes look right now. They look sad. They look drained. I am drained, but not, as drained as I was yesterday. I just actually just wanted to voice it. Because I know I'm going to receive more information. It's just like, get some of it out before way too much get cluttered in there, I can't remember what the heck I was about to say. That's so intriguing. I went to my trade because they have missing pieces that I need. I know I was saying that, but... Alright, what else did I get out? Because it might come back to me. It's just a lot of them, what they were saying, I already done that work. Even a lot of what they were saying, I done the work, but something else. The reason why I went to them, I can't even think of it at the moment. I can't even think about it at the moment, what the heck it was. That's intriguing. Did I just forgot that fast? Maybe it wasn't meant to put out yet, I don't know. Is there anything else that I received? I feel like the 4 elements is really important also. That's an important energy just for my personal self outside of, this sneaky bit the apple energy, grown people having sex with boys again. We got the Michael Jackson energy back, Oh, I didn't even finish that. My son actually this morning came and, displayed his little, what I was already feeling yesterday, business to me. But he didn't actually say it, but, for me it came off as a read between the lines, or I don't know. He came down here and he showed me like a train situation that he'd been working on. He said, "You want to see what I've been working on? I've been working on a train station." A mini or tiny train station. And I'm just like, how so intriguing. I just received that you have been doing trains, sir, physically. You physically have been getting trains ran on you. But even with me even getting into that, my son will sit there and say it's not true, because he's been programmed as into, do you have evidence? The other people on the other side of town, definitely my ex, you got proof? It's the most intriguing aspect. Do you have proof? But they all display themselves. They display it all the time, but they don't realize they do. So it's like, it's pointless to even lie. You just look stupid when you lie. But I just thought that was funny that he came and showed me that this morning, right after, I just received that download of that yesterday. Which would be my son Donald and Mr. Leafs. Donald was having sex with my son, and Mr. Leafs was getting some head, How so intriguing, huh? I can speak on it so clearly because, like, I'm not against it. I know the energy that comes in that. I'm just saying he's a child, and I just believe it's wrong because they're hiding it. And they're hiding it because they know they're doing something wrong. It's not like I'm hiding it because it's my business. I'm hiding it because I know it's wrong. I know it's going to get me in a lot of goddamn trouble. Not in trouble as to just being disliked, but it's wrong, So it's wrong. You have to be punished for that. And then after be punished, you can go out there and live your happy life with people of age. But that's just what it is. It's way too much trauma. It's way too much of it. I believe every adult, even my freaking self, I've had a lot of trauma from childhood where I'm able to recognize it, but I see where other people around me wouldn't have recognized it. Like my cousin, wanted to be sexually active with me, which my cousins, they want to run a freaking train on me, but nobody would have knew that. None of the adults would have knew it if I didn't tell them, which I don't think I ever told them, honestly, just because I just didn't. Like, how the hell do you go tell them? How do you go and just tell them that? Even though I have told my mom before, when one of my other cousins, my female cousins, wanted to be sexually active with me. She wanted me to eat her vagina. It was just weird. That shit was weird to me. Like, that's why I always say, when adults be like, they're just being kids, like a bunch of kids just playing, and they're away from you out of your vicinity of eyesight, and you just saying, oh, they're just being kids. They're just being kids. They up to just playing. What does that mean? Go check. What are they just being kids? What does that mean, yo? They probably experimented for sure. That's what kids do. They're curious individuals. And in the wrong hands, oh, that curiosity can become trauma later. Because some people, that's what I received too. It came from when I was communicating with my future child. That's my present child too. She's already on the eternal side. She helps guides me. Her name's Sky. Keep receiving so much information, Jesus Christ. I keep receiving so much information, Jesus Christ. It's not a bad thing. It's just this is why I even had to get the recording. It's like it's still coming and coming and coming. It makes me feel like I don't know if anybody you watched the movie Green Mile, when he'd be like, I feel their pain, you know. It's drainful. A lot of people are in pain, and it's one of those pains that nobody will recognize. If they're not like me, you know, spiritual or just how can I explain that? Been through it to recognize it. It's like you have to experience it to recognize it. Like you even know about the god doggone Apple situation, like, and how it displayed where they couldn't hide. They realized they were, you know, unclothed, and they wanted to hide. But if they didn't do what they weren't supposed to do, that they would have been normal, you know. And for me personally, even with me saying that, me saying I'm okay with that energy, if they're open with it and honest, it's because it will flow in that form of way. It flows. It don't be trauma. It flows. There's not a blockage somewhere. I can hear somebody saying, you just want to be nosy. No, I really don't. Yo, trust me, I would rather have my attention anywhere else. But this one is a big problem, and it's my job to bring light to it. You know, but it is drainful. Trust me, I prefer my be on paradise, you know. All good energy, but it's not what it is at the moment. And I feel like it's something else, but I forgot again, yo. This ain't no good. I get to forgetting. That's my second forgot. I'm gonna pull some cards. Just a few of them from tarot, really quick. Juggling. That's just what I freaking said too. It's like I'm trying to give information that I just received yesterday, but I'm still receiving it at the same time. Like information is wanting to come in, and it's a juggling communication. There's new information coming in. And it's here and after. A lot of people are going to be receiving a lot of downloads for sure. It may be overwhelming. You can see even from mine, it's overwhelming, yo. Because it's a trauma base. It's not pleasant. Or it could be pleasant. It can be pleasant. Pardon me. Because it will be a relief. It's like praying, you know, and again the enter, and then being like, it hurts. You will heal and you will feel better. You was already cracked or broken or something like that. You will heal once you have the truth. If that makes sense. I really want to talk about the elements. I'm gonna go to the elements. That's some of mine. I really want to talk about that aspect because it made me excited personally, just to get on a better topic. Just to get on a better topic. People when they have kids, it's elements. At least people say that's what the astrology and all that for. Specifically for me, it's funny because when I was younger, I was like, I'm never gonna freaking have any kids. I'm not having any freaking kids. Being the oldest out of 7 and all the responsibility that came with that, it was just like, I think not. Then I turned 21, had a child, and was like, oh, this is actually nice. I'm gonna have 4. Then like couple something, I was like, maybe just 2 more. But it's funny that I actually thought of having 4 after I had 1. And for me, it's going to be in that aspect. I have realized I speak of the elements a lot, and it's going to help me. So that's another reason why I've been craving it. On top of that's what drank me yesterday also is realizing, my menstrual is something that I'm supposed to be. I ain't supposed to be having no damn menstrual right now. I'm supposed to be pregnant. So it made me sad. It was intriguing. I had a whole moment yesterday, yo. I had a whole moment yesterday of just wanting to scream and cry all day. Very intriguing, huh? That was the energy of just scream and cry all day. But neither one mainly happened. I did a little bit crying, but somehow I stopped myself. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know if it's a pride aspect or what, but I don't know. You don't know. I don't know. Probably because I'm just still in this situation, which I've been thinking of leaving, but it's like I feel like it's a reason why I'm still here. Even with me leaving and coming back, it makes so much sense now why I came back. That I can actually see it display what I already felt. Like some things you literally have to see to believe. It's like in the good book where it speaks of being betrayed. Like one of the disciples was going to betray him. He knew the disciple was going to betray him, but still let it happen. It's kind of the same aspect. What is it, Anthem? I'm going viral. That's nice. Yeah. That's all you wanted? Mm-hmm. Okay. But I forgot what I was talking about again. Boy. I don't want to stop making the video. I want to keep recording. I might make the video again, but I doubt it, honestly, because it's like, hey, those are the main things. The elements of receiving new life coming back. Oh, that aspect too. The downloads. Where are they? They're not from this planet. It's not Earth planet receiving. It's not Earth planet. It's not. It's coming from a different planet. That's why I've been speaking a lot of the cosmos. Cosmos are communicating, and the energy was saying you learning how to communicate with them. This is not an energy that's here. It can come, but it goes with where I speak on. I need something to drink. I got me some new water. I've been drinking a good amount of water. Um, I've been drinking a good amount of water. I'm on a fasting aspect. I want to say, as I always am, it's kind of like a lifestyle, but this one, I want to say, wasn't by choice, but it was. I just felt the energy to fast. And mine's literally come in the form of drinking water. Um, and I might eat something at nighttime, but lately I haven't been eating it. I was operating on a form of drinking water all day, but when the sun set, eat something. But I've just been going all day, majority of the day, just drinking the water. At first, it was oranges. That's what I was consuming of. I would eat oranges throughout the day or before I go to sleep. But lately, I've been drinking water. Um, it's part of it. Some people say, well, that's why you're draining. I can feel y'all little energies. It's not, trust me. It's just literally, it's a pain aspect I'm going through. Like, receiving this information is drainful. But this is good. This, it gives strength. Sometimes you don't know your strength until you go without something. Which make it seem like you're never even losing anything, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way to explain it. It's making me think of a coming and going energy. It's making my body want to go like this. But it makes me think of the eternal aspect too. As into my mind is freaking hurting, yo. I feel like I just want to go to sleep. But it just makes me think of the eternal aspect. For some people, that really may be it, honestly. That may be how you be able to connect better with the eternal side. Because it's like the death card actually came out. Losing somebody. How can I explain that? Losing somebody can help you be able to connect better with them on the other side. And practicing things like this, I say practice, but it should become a lifestyle. But because people always die, they just what we naturally do. But there's, I guess I'm saying it, frozen in time. I gotta find another way to express that emotion. When they go to the other side, when they graduate to the other side, to the eternal side, you can connect with them better. It's that type of energy. So for my little fasters, it's not really a lot that's beneficial to do at the moment to help you understand it, because it's receiving time for sure. They're communicating. I recently watched something which even sparked me to even have this bigger understandings, and that was The Fifth Element. First, I wanted to watch The Sixth Sense, but I couldn't find it on none of the what are those called? I don't know what it's called, but like Netflix and Hulu and all those things like that, I couldn't find it on there. So I looked at my phone and I found what I needed. But what I found, it was somebody trying to poison somebody, honestly. So that can come in a lot of different forms, honestly. Whether it's, mentally, or they like literally might try to poison you. That's what the six senses was. But I actually wanted to know what the senses were. Sometimes you gotta go and refresh yourself, because there be so much going on. I have to refresh myself. I gotta take myself back to school. Like, what are the five senses? And I realized it was sight, hearing, taste. Did I say it right? Taste. Let me count it while I'm doing taste, smell, sight, ear. That four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the other one, Jesus? I don't know. I want to say touch. I feel like I'm missing something with the fooleries. Sight, hearing, your nose, the sense and smell, and taste. I'm gonna say touch. It might be something else, but I realize that's a big aspect to it. Touch is a big aspect. That's why I'm going to say it, just because. Um, how can I explain that? Like electric waves that you can receive when people touch you. Like it annoys me when people touch me, and I don't want them to touch me because, as I say a lot, I can know something already, but when you touch me, it's like you want me to know what time it is. You know, some people say, I mind your business. You touch me, how am I supposed to mind my business? That's just one of the ways I operate. I don't like people to touch me because then I will have your little intriguing energy. But yeah, it's something about a wave aspect that's in the hands that will help pick up that. They're so fucking. I mean, I'm about to say a cuss word again, but I caught myself. So that's so intriguing. I went to the store a little bit ago. I had to get some water. It's funny to me. It may be relevant to somebody, but it was intriguingly funny with me thinking about it now. But I went to Kroger's and I got me some water because I was running low on water. I tried to drink the water out the sink, but it just wasn't what it was. I have done it before, but it just wasn't what it was to me. Definitely with what I'm doing right now, just it wasn't what it was. And I feel like it started making my throat hurt, so I was like, go get me some good little water. Go get me some good little water. And I did. It's actually really good. This is some good water. I would say. I know there's other better ones, but that's the one I got today and I like it. But when I walked in the store, it was a guy. First it was me, then it was a white guy in front of me. And then the white guy had stopped. I think he got a car or something. No, actually, no. I skipped that part. It was a black guy, like, by the entrance to get inside the actual store. And in front of me was a white guy. And the white guy had walked, like, right around the black guy. Instead of saying, like, excuse me or pardon me, he just, like, walked, like, hey, you can always get out my way. So I really shouldn't have to say pardon me or excuse me because you see me coming, courtesy, move to the side. I understand that aspect. But me, on the other hand, when I walk by, I'm just like, pardon me, I see you, but, pardon me, I got squeezed on through. And I thought it was funny, just like, that type of behavior, I understand when some people say I'm a buster. But it's like, white people do things a little differently, Because I say the same doggone thing, like, you see me coming, why you didn't move? If I bumped you, you could have moved. You seen me. It's not like I didn't see you or you didn't see me. We bumped each other. You seen I was coming. You knew you was right in the way where people come. I just thought that was funny personally to me. Like, because I have realized I say pardon me a lot. I used to say sorry a lot, but I don't really say sorry no more, honestly. Because I really don't be sorry. Because I feel like I don't ever do nothing that's wrong. And if I do, I would say sorry, Or I would say probably pardon me, because apparently I didn't know. That's why I don't say sorry. I know there's times I have to say sorry, and I'm sure I do. But usually I say pardon me, because people get offended by it. But it's like, I'm not sorry, but I didn't actually think that you would be fazed by that, if that makes sense. Sorry is just like, I really didn't know, yo. It's a big difference. Those words are different to me. That's just that aspect. I got so much on my brain, it's driving me crazy. It's kind of scattered. It's all important. That's the intriguing part. I just want to deliver it in a good form, but it's like it's no really good form to deliver it in, yo. I just mean when I say good, like I don't want to be all drained the way that I am at the moment. Um, Forgetting at the same time things. Um, but as I said, I just received this yesterday, and when I received it, it had me frozen, yo. Frozen. Like, I couldn't freaking move. Like I stayed in the tub all day. I think I got in that damn tub like at maybe 12 in the afternoon. Probably maybe even before that. I didn't get out until like 9 o'clock at night. And then I got right back in there. And I stayed in there until like 5 o'clock this morning. I was frozen, yo. But I was still active and I was doing things. But I was frozen. I couldn't move. Like my body felt like I didn't want to move. It was just the weirdest thing ever. And it's just weird for me to even say that because I normally don't mind standing still in certain aspects. Definitely when I receive, I can sit on the couch or in my coffin all freaking day without moving, which means like you're freaking frozen, you freaking stone or rock. It was a different form. It was a total different form, yo. But let me go back and sum it all up so I make sure I got out what I needed to. 4 elements, they're definitely coming back, and I have realized that I am going to receive my kids in a 4 element form where they're able to help guide me. And I have realized my son is a fire energy. That's how I'm able to recognize the foolery, on top of already my gift of being spiritual. It's a I bit the apple aspect. When they say demons and angels ride together, I'm the angel riding with the demons. I hate to chuckle, but it is what it is. Riding with the demons. It's kind of intriguing saying demons, but I had to say demons because they're lying to what I already know. That's a demon. It like totally would make me think I'm crazy, even though they're really doing it. It would totally tell me I'm wrong. Like at the end of the day, we play in the same field, yo. What you do leads you right to me. What I do lead me right to you. When I say what I do spiritual. I naturally connect. And I do light in the dark situations. I say it all the freaking time. What are you doing in the dark? What are you doing that you don't want nobody to know about? That's kind of funny. Make you think of something I've done before. I can speak on it because it's funny. And it goes right with this. I was having sex outside before with somebody. And then this bright light just came on, like, ka-choom! And it's just like, who cut this bright light on, yo? And I didn't even want to stop, but I guess he got freaked out by it, so we wrapped it up. But it was just funny because it was just like, literally, what you doing in the dark? The light just splashed right. I do that work. So it's just weird when people lie, like, yo, why are you even in the dark? Why are you embarrassed by what you're doing? Like, it's just weird to me. But that's that. The 4 elements, for me to pay attention to, and it helps me understand why I've been craving so much. Because I should have all 4 of mine by now, but a important one, fire. I got that one. Then from I watched Avatar, and I was learning about the elements. I still am. I might go and watch some more today. And actually, the one I'm learning about at the moment is water based. That's so funny. That's funny when I think about it. And I actually say it and I think about it. I'm already learning about my next child. I am working in the energy of my previous one, but my next one I'm already like learning about, which is so funny because I've been saying that. Like I feel so prepared for my next one, even though people say, "How would you even think that? You ain't got your own place or car. You're not even financially stable." And it's just like, I know all that's coming, yo. Like, the work that I'm doing now is going to have me legitimately right. It's on hold at the moment, intriguingly. Um, but I mean, mentally, my wisdom that I have is extraordinary. As into my first child, I was so not prepared, yo. Like, not saying I didn't love my child or don't. Um, it just ain't learned nothing. I don't care how many parenting classes you take, you still not gonna be prepared for that new energy you created. Um, but it might be easier for people who know they actually loved that person, and knew them and all that. It's a little different, I guess. But I'm just speaking from my own experience. On top of the mixture as to, it wasn't even in the right position, wrong people. um, but I have actually come to realize maybe that's the problem. Maybe that is where my son's supposed to be. I already gave him the name and everything, and they seem to be fine with that energy there. So it's like, I'm just supposed to let that go. Is that why I keep getting in freaking trouble? um, I don't know in that aspect, but that's something I have thought about. I think I thought about yesterday, honestly. Again, I think about a lot. I have spoken that a good amount. I think I might actually make that a little quote and share that too, but it's just an interesting feeling, definitely for me, as to how do you deal with your child who's been sexually active with your partner? Do you just still love them and nurture them and all that? Or do you look at them like they are a fucking monster that need to be destroyed? And something a lot of people couldn't handle that, and I know they can because I know it happens a lot. There's a lot of that mixtures of situations. Maybe not just in that form, but it can be the mom having sex with the child's spouses, or the dad and having sex with this. It's all over the damn place. But how many of them could still function? I said, you my child, and I still will do this and this and this for you. Not too many. Myself, I try my hardest still to function that way, but I want to try. It's just I do, but I do catch myself, and I just wonder, is that the problem? Because even how I spoke about, I went and watched some other translators, and they were speaking of the love language, and I just went back and because I've done that work already. It's part of what fulfills me, my fulfillment, and I just give love. But my love is ridiculous. My love is a true abundance. How I give it, and it's always being connected. I can communicate from very far, and that's how I show love in that form of a way. It's not all about hugs and kisses and buying you stuff. I give you in the dark light energy, if that makes sense. I can communicate with you wherever you go. I'm never away from you. I am a whole miracle back. Because the way I operate is like your loved one that passed away, but they literally are still here with you. If that makes sense. Just because I said if it makes sense, it's they are literally with you, but my physical body is still here, but I really do operate like I'm already on the other side. That's how I communicate all the time, and for me, that's how I give love. I am an affectionate person. I haven't been recently because it's just it's hard to deal with people who lie to you, and you know the truth. And that's what I mean, even when it comes to my own child. It's a little hard. It's hard because why are you lying to me, dude? It's weird. On top of being sexually active with somebody that I like or in connected to, it's an intriguing feeling, honestly. To still have to, do for them and do it with an open heart aspect. But that's what I was getting at too. I give that unconditional love, the unconditional love until that's that doggone energy, yo. Until you just can't. I'm on the other side now. I'm gonna kill my goddamn self loving you. The glass in the back falling out the goddamn window. I love until I just can't. I'm gone now, but it's funny because like I'm still going to be there. It's just not in that form no more. Like some people say, I love you until you. I just can't love you no more. That's me, and it's a dangerous thing because the people that you love normally hurt you the most. At least in my aspect, they are pains.com, but it's like when you have faith and you work off a all forgiven aspect, it becomes intriguing. That unconditional love can cause a lot of heartache at the same time. And that's what I said. Like, I don't expect to get it back, and I normally don't get it back. Not in the way that I expected. Like, it's not genuine. Like, even where I stay at, people say, that's love because you stay here. You don't have to be staying here. Or he could buy me food sometimes, but it's like, that's not my love language, yo. That's not it. I appreciate it, but that's not a love language for me. Because anybody can do that for me, honestly. Most people say go stay with somebody else, but it's like you just can't force love. It's like trying to make a shoe fit that just don't freaking fit. That's why I say I don't mix those two together, love and appreciation. Because I appreciate it, I do. But I don't love nobody in this damn situation. I just don't. It's like it's hard to love somebody who lies to you. It defeats the whole aspect of it being love. It's weird. But it's kind of intriguing, even with me saying that somebody else that I'm connected to and that I care for, but he did not love me. He tells me he don't love. He told me he loves me before. It's like, what type of people do you mess with, yo? Probably, as I said, ones that's in the dark and I'm the light. What's they call that? Chaser and runner. Get over here. That's so horrible, yo. But that's so horrible. But on the honest aspect, this is my God. This is my life, yo. And I know it happened to a lot of people. So I'm not embarrassed by speaking on it. It's just it does suck. But I do learn from it. It's not like I'm just sitting around salty. It's like things make sense. Like puzzles start making sense. So I can share it. No big deal. Which my son also had sex with him too. But they had sexual activity. I don't think there was any penetration. Just a little oral business happening. Which he actually told me about that a while ago. That's another intriguing part about this whole aspect that I'm sharing it. Is because I believe he's a person just like me, whether he know it or not. I feel like he do because he picked up on something about me before. This person I'm talking about, his name is Lise Bennett. He picked up something on me before. He realized he ain't even got to touch me to communicate with me, but I don't know if it was. See, I added words to it. He said, I ain't even got to touch you. But he didn't say the part as to be able to communicate with you. But it's like, did he recognize that? That you don't have to be around me to communicate with me. Like, that's how I operate. But he didn't say to communicate. I just added that part. But for me, I never went too deep into it to even ask him, what do you mean by that? You gotta touch me. I wasn't thinking at that time. But I believe he even told me that was gonna happen. Just how I tell people things that's gonna happen. He told me that was gonna happen. He metaphored it, or maybe he told me without even realizing he told me, because he did use this in a different form, if that makes sense. He said he got head from somebody and it was like the best head, just because they kept going, like he nutted and they just kept fucking going. It was exciting, but which I wasn't upset when he told me it. It's just like, oh, okay, good for you, sir. And for me, I enjoy those type of relationships because like Why do you have to hide who you are and what you like, yo? It's just weird to me. It's weird. It makes it. It's like I know it's like I'm your mommy or daddy. You know, you do something. See, it's even how I sit there say, "Well, my son lied to me." It make me not even want to use this metaphor, but I'm gonna use it anyway, just because that's what I feel like at the moment when I'm talking about this. Where it's like I can't tell you that, so I'm gonna go lie because you might this and this. It's like, yo, I'm your mom. Why would you lie to me, yo? I got unconditional love for you. What are you lying to me for? I might, feel in a certain type of way or have to ask a couple more questions, but I'm gonna get over it. At least that's Hopper. I know some parents don't. I have had a whole mom who just totally didn't understand nothing, and wanted me to believe I didn't know nothing. She was, it's one of my dog too, You a kid, so stay in your place. I don't care if you know everything, because you love calling me out. My mom didn't like that. I called her out a lot on things that she did. My son kind of did the same thing to me, but it's different to an extent because he don't understand the full aspect. He don't understand what I do. It's in a different form. I do spiritual work. I don't really have to do too much moving around. He don't understand the definition to be a stay-at-home mom business. He understands the definition from other people that mom's supposed to leave out the house and do things. And it's like I wouldn't mind doing both, but for my mission, I don't have to do that. If I do that, it's a choice. Um, the other people, they just got other people got to them, and it's just. But other people got to him. I don't know. For me, it's so intriguing because he's so young. My son just turned 11 in August, and yeah, he's young and went through so much already. It's intriguing, huh? Intriguing. Um, Even with me just thinking that and saying the way I'm feeling, honestly, at the moment, it's gonna speak on how I'm feeling at the moment. Maybe that's just really who my child is. Like I did say he's a fire energy. He's a Leo. Um, but I'm okay with that. It's just in this aspect, I know he's in danger. It's not. It's just not right. I know it's a dangerous situation. I'm not against if he do like same sex, or whatever he like. I'm not against that. Like right from the jump, my son, he gets to want his nails polished, I took him to the Dangon shop, got his nails polished, um, and it was a good time, honestly. He went on the other side of the damn town, where all this foolery happening at. Now it's more of a comfortable situation, or a try to get back at me situation because they feel like I did them wrong or whatever. But just like I'm just gonna let all this little fucked up stuff happen. And it's just like you guys, y'all too damn old for this. Move on with your goddamn lives, But people be bored, they get nothing to do, so this why not try to tit for tat? But I'm not tit for tatting. I'm gonna move on as I've been doing. I've done all my work. I'm repeating it, but and just ascending, of course. But gotta speak on this energy because what I received is meant to be acknowledged at the moment again. Um, but he went on the other side of town at his little favorite people's house, and they told him, that was wrong and had him take the damn polish off. But that was a Paul that's like ever since then he ain't wanted it, but from the jump he liked it. I thought that was just so weird to me. Like, dude, if you like something, you just like something. It shouldn't matter what somebody else think, you know. Um, but those his favorite people, So maybe, that their opinion was really validated and it wasn't in a good way, because now he suppressed his goddamn self and he lies on top of that now to suppress what he really likes. So it's just weird, yo. But it's one of those lessons you might have to learn later. You should have listened to your goddamn mommy. But we all live and learn. Even myself, I'm freaking 32 years old, and something my mom did that I spoke on a while ago that I didn't understand. I was upset with her for a very long time for was when I did become sexually active. Well, I don't think I was even sexually active, but she thought I was sexually active, so she took me to the church to talk to like the pastor. I was so upset with her for that, because it's like, I thought that was a moment where we would have been able to like have a conversation. This is your time to shine, and let me know what time it is. But she took me to the pastor who's sexually active, yo. He got a whole wife and kids, so he's sexually active. Like, in it, for me, it's just like, I know where babies come from, so it's like, what you're taking me to get protection from, you taking me to at the same time. It was weird to me. But as I got older and I became spiritual, I realized, oh my God, that was the best place you could have took me. It's nothing to play with. Sex ain't nothing to play with. I know the connections that I have with people because I'm sexually active, compliments of the root chakra. It's nothing to be played with. So for her, that was the best place she could have took me. And it's like, I'm so thankful for that now, but it's like, it's hard to even get to her to even be able to tell her that. But it's like, the fact that I was able to acknowledge something that she was helping me with that I didn't even realize changed my perspective. It made me just want to even reach out to her. It's like, oh my God, you did have my best interest at hand. But my mom, it's a lot of other things that happened where she got guilt. And she know her child. She know her child would call her out. I do light in the dark. And some people, they want their shit to stay in the dark. And I believe that's one of her problems. And it's just like, lady, yo, I'm grown now. Who freaking cares what you're doing? I might tell you, but at the end of the day, you're gonna do what you do. I'm just saying, like, it's weird. As I say that, I think I started talking about it. I probably moved on to something else. My mind is jumping all over the place a little bit, but it's okay. It's beneficial. It's kind of what I need at the moment. Adults, they have a hard time being honest with young people. It's weird to me. Trying to give an example. I want to give an example. I feel like my lips getting a little dry. I gotta get some Vaseline. Let me go get the Vaseline. I'll be right back. Go get the Vaseline. I'll be right back. But they do sneaky stuff. That actually happened to me today. That's the intriguing part. It just happened today. I got a fresh example for you. My son and my ex left out today. Went to do something. I thought they went to go grab some food or whatever. But when they came back, something just said, ask where y'all went. Usually I don't really even care. It's like, I figure y'all went to get food or wherever y'all went. But I was like, something said today, ask where you went. Where y'all go? And it's funny how they responded as to. My son responded first. See, this. It's intriguing how this situation be going, because like my son responds, Don don't respond, and that's complimentive sexual activity. It's just like how guys say, I had sex with her, just she became clingy. They've that entitlement. It's that energy happening. As to my son speak, Don don't speak. My son speaks. It's the most intriguing aspect. And he was just like, ask Don. But it's like, from the jump, I never said, Noah, because my son's name is Noah. I didn't say, Noah, where did y'all go? Or I didn't say, Donald, where did you go? I said, where did y'all go? Anybody could have responded. But my son decided to speak and say, ask Donald. He the driver, I'm the passenger. But I'm sure Donald told him not to tell. Because that's what I mean with adults. They always trying to hide something. And we're just like, what are you doing, yo? You shouldn't have took him if you wanted it to be a secret. Um, like my son shouldn't have to become a liar because you want to go and do stupid stuff or sneaky stuff. Don't take him with you when you want to do activity that you don't want nobody else to know about. But so, but after he said that, after my son was like, ask Donna, he the driver, I'm just the passenger. Nobody still sitting there, so I asked again, like, so where did y'all go, y'all? Like, is it a secret, like, what the food are these? And then I finally asked my ex, he didn't say nothing. I'm just like, oh yeah, some y'all did some foolery for sure, cause. But then that's what my son said. My son was like, business, cause normally when I leave out the house or I'm just doing what I do, which is handle business, I let me say handling business. It's like that's really what I'm doing. Trust me, I have tons of it that I be doing. Yeah, I can show you. This is what I do. I translate all freaking day because the air is always freaking going. To me, that's handling business, and I do it all day, every day. Well, sometimes I slow down, but that's what I do, and I call it handling business. And my son's like, business. That's what you always say. It's like, dude, be original. Be you, okay? Stop trying to be me.